We are watching my favorite YouTuber of all time. We're now watching Demeech. 10 years of Demeech. Can we get 10 years of So Musty, guys? 2026 will be my 10-year anniversary. I first started making content in 2016. I need like a 10-year, 8 years, celebrating 8 years of So Musty.
You are now watching So Musty.
Wait, fun fact, Demeech's intro was done by the commentary guy from Mario Kart Arcade GP2. Really? Can you like hire him on like Cameo? You are now watching So Musty. Can I get one of those? Make one of those for me, GP2 man, please. I love you long time.
Camelot proved with Mario Golf World Tour that they were still capable of making fantastic Mario sports games. That released only a year before Ultra Smash.
Wait, what happened to Camelot, by the way? Did he just like die? Did Camelot just go rip? Like, what the fuck happened to these guys? These guys made something like... Power Tennis was a good tennis game, wasn't it? I remember that being good. What the hell happened? Did it fall off?
I was pretty excited for Aces. You may be wondering why a tennis game was one of my most anticipated games of that year. Maybe because Nintendo was more interested in talking about the facial expressions on Donkey Kong, rather than revealing new games at that year's E3.
You'll notice that he and other fighters have expressive new facial animations.
Yeah, what do you mean? Bro, this was the peak of Smash Ultimate. Demeech is a hater. Is Demeech like the peak incarnation of I'm not like the other girls? Yeah, I want to talk about Donkey Kong's facial expressions more than I care about tennis. Fuck you, Demeech.
Okay, that was a joke. What
No, you're totally serious.
Mario Tennis is often assumed to be just tennis with a selection of Mario characters.
I mean, it kind of is. Like, what more is it really?
But the Game Boy entries were sports RPGs. Camelot
I heard about
Game
this.
Boy entries
They made like them weird RPGs. I want to try them out of like curiosity. I don't know if they're any good or not.
the same level
I don't know why they were
of depth as
RPGs,
console
brother. I have no
games.
idea.
So Mario Tennis Aces was hyped up to be the best of both worlds. Console gameplay and the Game Boy story mode? Sign me up.
I'm a huge Demeech fan. Let me have my moment, guys. He watches Demeech! Guys,
It's
am I the
quite
only one that likes
understatement.
Demeech?
I'm aware
Guys,
the
me and
game
my
has been
father would
updated
watch
many
Demeech all
times
the
since
time.
launch. The verdict is for the
Guys.
final version. The roster is the first thing you'll encounter in the game, and let me tell you, Aces does not disappoint.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this roster. Jesus Christ. This roster is actually stacked. So why is it everything wrong with modern gaming, Demeech? So far, I kind of like this game. Should we play Mario Tennis? Who wants to squad up with me?
Mario, you messed up ditching Pauline. You had a girl who threw an entire festival in honor of you, but you go for a tool instead. Yet again, you are a plumber.
So Demeech, do you want to like talk about the game, the characters, like anything like that? No, I can't believe Mario would leave Pauline like that. I can't believe... Oh shit, it just reminds me. Fuck, hang on. I have like another channel where like I browse YouTube and I'm subscribed to all the channels I watch, right? So when I signed into this channel, it's mainly just a stream. So when I signed into this channel, obviously because I watch like fucking these kinds of videos, I get Demeech stuff in my recommended. So the Demeech says this, right? Hang on. Demeech says this, hang on.
You messed up ditching Pauline. You had a girl who threw an entire festival in honor of you, but you go for a tool instead.
And then I'm just like, what an odd comment to say, Demeech. Why are you shipping fictional characters? It's a bit weird. Not the worst thing, but not my cup of tea personally. But then you go to his community tab, which Mario Kart do you ship Demeech with? I just want to clarify. The first thing I saw when I went from my browsing channel to this channel was this post. So this wasn't me like consciously looking for it. This is what I saw. Just, I want to see what the results were. Hang on, I'm just going to vote for something. Brother, this is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, I never changed
There's a
Demeech.
nice variety of Mario enemies too. Nintendo really loves Spike, don't they?
Demeech SX Honey Queen is my favorite shit. Oh man, I can't listen. Oh fuck my life. Shipping is just an entire part of like online discourse that I just think is strange, and I just look the other way. I didn't expect Demeech to be like that sort of guy. Does that make sense? I just didn't expect it when I saw that.
Primary concept is the same, but one thing that I noticed is that it appears to be using
Demeech
a modified
Princess
engine of Ultra
Shrew.
Smash. Make no mistake.
You just okay? How much do you want to bet, guys? What's like the over under chat? How much percent chance Demeech 100% has probably commissioned someone to write fan fiction for him? 100%. I'm calling it. On his hard drive, he has Demeech X someone. It might be Peach, it might be Rosalina, it might be like Birdo if he's feeling a bit frisky. Someone on that, guarantee it. Release the files, Demeech. Release the files. We need to see. Demeech X Candy Corn, get out of here. Demeech Diddy. Okay, stop. Demeech Diddy Party has gone too far. Okay, let's move on, guys. Let's move on.
Then there are the zone shots. These are powerful and much faster shots. And just like in power tennis, you can pull off an extremely powerful...
This is very important to me, but I just need to know, do you like going for the more tsundere type of girl, or like, do you like those yanderes? Like, what's happening? Enemies to love?
Special shots are often based on the characters, such as Pauline summoning the new Dunk City band. And of course, while Luigi is looking spiffy as ever, all the special moves require the use of the power meter. You'll need a...
Is it Catherine, or Catherine? That's true. We need to ask him which Catherine is the right Catherine. Why is watching a Demeech video always so fun?
Third of the meter full for a zone shot, but even I would have preferred Mario or even other Mario characters to be the central focus. And thankfully, the story mode in Aces features Mario.
I'm just resisting the urge to say anything, chat, because you guys are being too funny in the chat. I'm resisting it.
It's up to Mario to recover 5 Power Stones and revert everything back to normal. Right off the bat, the plot is eerily similar to Avengers.
Oh my god, Avengers! Is that what you and Flurry do in your spare time? Be like, hey, do you want to like watch Endgame again? I personally think Infinity War was better, but I need someone to watch it.
The story is decent enough. The difficulty was adjusted in an update, but still.
Demeech X Goomba Tower? Nah, man. The Goomba Tower is what Demeech shows the ladies about.
Difficulty remains easily be completed in 3 to 5
Listen,
hours.
you guys are turning me evil. Okay, stop it.
But maybe that's a good thing, because the main issue, I spent so much time and went through the trouble to beat Kamek, and what I get? Nothing. And he only became playable months after the game launched? That infuriates me.
That's weird.
Mario can point on the back of the...
Demeech X paid updates. So, when do I get to take you home? I don't know, you have to purchase the Take Me Home DLC for $4.99. I don't know. Do I get a discount with PlayStation Plus?
The box. It's a power
The chick's toted. Stop it. Guys, stop it. I can't match your freak, chat. I can't match your freak.
Power Tennis has courts based on the definitive Mario games of the era,
Damn.
such as Super Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion. Why couldn't we have courts based on Steam Gardens or Toast Arena?
Why isn't there enough references? You just soy. You just sound... Is that all it is? Is that all it is, Demeech? Is that what you're telling me?
I mentioned a severe lack of unlockables offline, but there are many unlockables. Only in the online tournament. First of all, content is locked behind a paywall. You'll need the online service to get the...
Demeech, guys, he's getting mad. Finally, here we go, guys. We're making too many Demeech X jokes. Like Demeech X yapping, shut up.
But Nintendo isn't EA, so it's all fine and dandy, right? No, it's not.
It's not.
Not only are unlockables only in the online modes, but unlocking everything could potentially take years. If you want to have online unlockables, there's a right way to do it. Crash Team Racing Store rotates every day. You want to take a guess about how often the unlockables and aces rotate?
Tell me.
A day? A week?
Tell me.
How about an entire month? Look, this is not how you design rotary unlockables.
That is true. You're right. Can I just say it's Nintendo and call it a day? Can I just do that? It seems like a really bad criticism. It's like it's Nintendo. Like, do you really expect Nintendo to go good on online? Like, what do you? Come on, man. Come on, Demeech's fury. Give me some fury, brother. This is more Demeech's annoyance.
Your game could end up ruined because of lag. The good news is that online is mostly stable, but the fact that unlockables are behind a paywall and they rotate at a snail's pace is not just bad game design, but horrible game design.
So it's like, is it shitty? Yeah, of course it is, but it's like, it's Nintendo making an online game. Like, you kind of expect what you expect, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you. He's only bitching about the unlockables. I would say, like, I think we had this conversation a couple of streams back. It is a bit annoying that unlockables seem to be going the way of the dodo in, like, modern video games. But I think to get this, like, angry about no unlockables was, like, 2 years ago? Yeah, even about 2 years ago would just be a bit... Does that make sense? Like, unlockables in video games have been like gone for at least the last 5 years. Do you know what I mean? They've been kind of on the way out, which is unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. You know. If you're telling me everything wrong with modern gaming, I suppose no unlockables is something that's wrong with modern gaming, but everything wrong with modern gaming? Clickbait, guys, clickbait.
Also locked. The adventure mode is a joke. There's a severe lack of modes and unlockables, and almost all the content is locked behind a paywall. At this point, I was debating to just deem the game as a lost cause, but maybe, just maybe, the presentation could redeem it.
Yeah.
It's fun seeing characters in tennis gear. This was actually something Mario's Tennis on the Virtual Boy did, but I'm not sure if it's a reference to that. The characters look quite good, and as I stated before...
Very, nice choice of footage when you said the characters look very good, guys.
The characters look quite good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Demeech. You and Paulina sitting in a tree, doing something you shouldn't be.
Many of the special music
It's not Demeech, just the freak. It's the freak.
But believe it or not, Mario Tennis Aces has the most ridiculous sound design out of any game I've played.
Okay, now bearing in mind, chat, I just want to make it very clear. He said the same thing about Scarlet and Violet and referenced one sound effect in one gym trial in one small part of the game. So when Demeech says it has bad sound design, I don't believe him. So he has to prove it to us. Is he going to prove it to us? Let's find out. How does this game have bad sound design? Come on.
But the walking and running sounds are ripped from Super Mario 64?
Walking sound effects? Oh, come on. Like, when it comes to sound design, I actually do care about sound design, right? Sound design, I think, matters when it comes to the, like, punchy kind of sounds. So, like, the tennis hits, the, like, sound effects when you get, like, big, like, when you... Like, these kinds of, like, the impactful sound effects, I think, are important to make sure they sound, like, new, unique. But, like, the ancillary sound effects, or, like, the sound effects that, like, don't really matter too much, I think you can get away with being a bit, you know? Like, just being a bit... And I think the walking is, like, an example. Like, having, like, a walking sound that's from 64 is not, like, the biggest. Like, when he said earlier, what did he say earlier? I think he said the tennis hitting sound effects. Like, yeah, you probably want new tennis hitting sound effects because you want the game to feel new. Call of Duty games, I think Call of Duty games are very good at this. They might reuse a lot of, like, sound design aspects. When it comes to the guns, they generally do a good job of making the guns sound new and different. They do a good job of that because they know they want it to sound new and fresh, generally speaking. And I think that's important. Like, the big sounds you want to be different, but the other sounds you can kind of get away with being a bit lazy. So the walking sound is a big example. Is kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, Demeech, you know, a bit. If it was Pauline, he'd love it.
You can clearly tell, as if that wasn't enough, the game has an opening. It was added nearly a year after launch. The animation is pretty good, but after I watched it, I was at a complete loss for words.
Who's this? Who the fuck is this, Demeech?
Probably wondering, what on earth was that?
Yes.
Why is there a guy going berserk on a piano in a Mario Tennis Aces perspective? Why and how could something so random and nonsensical even be part of this?
Yes.
Well, Camelot sure knows how to do that. The "he whacks funny" line is reused from Mario Power games.
What's a... You're talking about, like, the Mario series. A series that's kind of, like, I wouldn't say, like, well-known, but, like, I think it's kind of accepted that, generally speaking, I think if you went to, like, Mario Sunshine, Mario 64 DS, and New Soup DS, a lot of the Charles Martinet voice lines are probably quite similar. I feel like what they do with the Charles Martinet Mario lines, that they record, like, a batch, and they kind of use it for the next coming games. Does that make sense? Generally speaking, like, most Mario games don't have entirely new voice lines every time. Like, I'm almost certain that, like, for example, you know, in the Mario Luigi series, when, like, Mario and Luigi do the, like, Italian gibberish, so you know, I'm almost certain that some of those are, like, copied from Superstar Saga to Partners in Time, from Partners in Time to Bowser's Inside Story. They record some new ones, I'm sure, but it's like, again, like, Mario as a character, generally, they use the same VFX for multiple games. It's just something we know. So, if you're telling me they reused the Waluigi voice line for, like, 2 games in a row, like, my answer to that is... And? Like, really? Is that it? Maybe he continues. Maybe he shows us more lines. I'm ready for it, Demeech. Demeech X Pauline, come on. Are you gonna be her one-up boy? Come on, Demeech.
They created an amazing opening for Power Tennis. Wario and Waluigi are jealous of the Mario Brothers, and they draw faces on them. They get caught and run away to Bowser's tennis lair. Waluigi then notices Bowser walking, and then he says, "He whacks funny." It makes absolutely no sense here, because when I'm mining for gold, the last thing I'll ever say is, "He whacks funny."
You could say it's like a misplaced voice line, but I think now you have to show me other misplaced voice lines, because I think that could be a genuine criticism if they just throw in if the voice direction is weird. I think that could be a genuinely good criticism. But like one reused voice line in an odd spot is like, yeah, it's a bit weird, but am I really waking up out of bed for that? Like, Demeech.
An out-of-place Mario voice line from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga is used at the end of the opening.
Luigi!
Even more unbelievable is the presentation manages to get even worse from here.
And do you know what, Demeech? You walk funny. Yeah, I said it. You walk funny. You walk all pigeon-toed. You walk all fucking gangly. You walk without fucking bending your legs enough, so it just looks like you're a fucking robot. That's you, Demeech.
Oh, and if you want to restart your save in adventure mode, it's under the category of bonus. Gee, being able to clear a save and restart certainly is a bonus feature. Now, every time I bring up
my Mario Tennis Aces, it showcases everything wrong with modern gaming.
How is that, Demeech? How is it everything wrong with modern gaming?
The delete save file button is in the bonuses menu.
You know what? Fling Nintendo into the sun.
There's this one guy who comments non-stop making sure nobody criticizes the game. Obsessive.
Oh my god, guys, take a drink. Take a drink. Whatever you have that you're drinking right now, whether it's non-alcoholic or alcoholic, take a swig. Take a swig with me, gamers. Because Demeech did the classic Demeech thing of people online. Jesus Christ. There is not a single time where a YouTuber has mentioned people online where I'm like, yeah, fuck people online. Every single time someone mentions that, I'm just like, go offline. Go offline. I've had enough. I've genuinely had, like, for the last 10 years, I've had enough of you people. Go offline. Close your eyes. Don't look at the screen, motherfucker. Think about you and Pauline, because I know you do.
It is downright obsessive. He claimed that it's my fault Aces ended up being disappointing because
Okay, show the comment. I don't believe... That's the worst part, dude. I don't believe your retelling of this guy's comment. Is it possible? Is it possible that this guy was genuinely like, yeah, Demeech, you know what's wrong with the Mario community? He probably was just saying, yeah, I just think this game's kind of good. And then you interpreted it as, you need to show me the comment on the screen or I don't believe you.
Had such high expectations for a tennis game. Well, let me tell you, how is being able to select a freaking stage a high expectation? It's just like when people disregard criticism of Nintendo games because they're kids' games. Really? Then why are you enjoying a game that you made fun of for being a kid's game?
No, you know what? You're right, Demeech. You're right, Demeech. You're right.
UI is the worst I've ever seen in any game.
I think if I told Demeech he walks funny, he'd bitch about me like in a Pokemon. Let me know, guys, if you say something ridiculous to Demeech, there's a genuinely good chance that you can be the starring person in a Demeech's Fury segment. I don't endorse you saying mean things to Demeech. I don't endorse it. But if you want to do it... DeMarco. That's his like secret alter ego name, guys. By the day he's known as Demeech. At night he's known as DeMarco.
What I assume is happening at Camelot is probably this.
Oh my god. Yes. We get a Demeech segment. Yes. Demeech. Yes.
There are also two crucial...
They're hitting the flood bong, are they? Oh man.
Aspects that always need to be brought up.
I don't think it's fair to fully put the blame of Mario Golf Super Rush being rushed game on Camelot. Yeah, but Potato, like you're doing a thing where you're assuming Demeech is like a normal video game critic. We're dealing with Demeech, okay? Potato, if I said that, I think that'd be a fair rebuttal. Potato, we're dealing with Demeech. Okay, Demeech is like his own beast. Okay, Demeech is like his own thing.
I had no idea that actually meant the game is severely lacking content, and it has a downright unusable interface. Next to no reviews mention those critical issues.
Well, if no reviews mention those critical issues, is it maybe a DeMarco issue? I don't know, DeMarco. You got me. Maybe it's just you. Maybe it's just you, DeMarco. Have you thought about that?
Arlo brought it up, and out of the many reviews that I've seen, he was one of the very few to go in detail about the major issues of the game. Opinions are subjective, but as a reviewer, you have to mention potential flaws.
Yeah, but maybe they just didn't find the UI that bad. If someone finds a UI easy to navigate, why would they bring it up? Like, there are some instances, like, for example, if I'm playing Super Mario Kart, I would bring up, yeah, the controls are slippery. I master them, but the controls are slippery, because I think control is something that's very easy to understand. With UI, it's like, oh, if you can navigate a UI easily, I think you kind of get it. I don't know, DeMarco, you're being weird. You're just trying to get in the video.
When it comes to reviewers, and we'll stop sending review copies if reviews are too critical. The reason I'm so critical in reviews is because of Mario Tennis Aces. I'll never forget how ripped off I felt after buying the game. Not even bringing up the lack of content and the awful UI is downright irresponsible as a reviewer. Mario Tennis Aces.
Well, yeah, but I think that's something that you, the buyer, should be kind of aware of. I think, is it a bit of a shame that that's how it is? Yeah, absolutely. Essentially, Nintendo sending review copies out are a courtesy. And if they see that them sending you a review copy means that you're going to shit on the game quicker, they have no incentive to send it to you. And as a result, you're going to get the review out later. Yeah, absolutely. But as with you buying any product, it's caveat emptor, buyer beware. You, as the buyer, should be more aware of what you're buying. There's a reason why I don't read IGN reviews, because I know they get review copies. I know they're a conglomerate. Because of those reasons, even if like the individual writer of that review might be like legitimate, I think that the structure of how it works is biased enough where I'm not interested in watching an IGN review. And as a result, I get my reviews from elsewhere. So, and I think that's something that you should be aware of when it comes to these reviews. Is it a bit annoying that that's the case? Yeah, absolutely. But that's why people like you exist, Demeech, to put out videos that are a bit more substantial. But like, if you're asking me as a neutral, so far you've complained about unlockables, which yeah is a bit of a shame, and the UI, and that's kind of it. So it's like, if what you're saying is that you're the alternative to IGN in that you don't get a review copy so your opinion isn't compromised, I don't think you've done a good job telling me why Mario Tennis Aces is everything wrong with modern gaming. I don't think you've done a good job of that, Demeech.
I skipped Super Mario Party because I felt scammed after getting Aces,
yes,
but I did eventually get it when it was on sale, and I'm definitely covering that game as well. Just like Kirby Star Allies, there's often the question of whether or not Mario Tennis Aces launched unfinished. If you said Star Allies was finished, I could take it or leave it. I can see how that's debatable, but if you said Mario Tennis Aces launched finished, no. Just no.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Demeech, but it's like, yeah, Nintendo do this really shitty thing of releasing a game unfinished and releasing the rest as free DLC. It's really shitty, but we kind of know. It's 2 years ago, so I'll let you pass. So. Oh shit! Hang on. I'm awake. Demeech, yes. Pete's here. Yes. I'm awake. Let's go.
Who the heck are you?
I'm Petey. Games being content like don't make them unfinished. Things like a stage select menu aren't necessary. Unfinished games are more referring to stuff like Cyberpunk or Avengers, where there are clear cracks for what is supposed to keep the game together.
As always, guys, straw man. Absolute straw man. There is absolutely zero attempts at any sort of nuance, any sort of normal discussion. PE just exists to be the straw man.
As long as the game turns on and nothing catches fire, it's by no means unfinished.
Thanks, Petey. Thank you for addressing the main problem. The Mario Tennis Aces has nothing to do with the lack of content, but the definition of what makes a game unfinished. Mario Tennis Aces may be lacking basic features, but calling it unfinished is a no-no word. I'm forever grateful that you addressed the main issue of the game, being the improper use of the word unfinished. But that's out of the way. I wanted to ask you, how the hell did I get my $60 back?
Maximum Fury? What?
It's
Okay.
time to take out the trash. Say high quality animations. How about high quality annihilation? Yearly releases only work for just fans. Take this. Mario Golf Super Rush. More like Mario Golf Super Rush. Toast! Game Pass. Who needs that when you... The Switch is the greatest game console ever.
Test your swordplay skills in Chambara.
I can't wait to play Chum Bucket.
Also, A legendary free software update is coming this
I
summer
love
that
Switch
adds
Sports.
lift-up compatibility
I
to
love Switch
soccer
Sports.
matches.
A third free update that lets us enjoy games that aren't rushed lifeless trash. We'll launch right now.
Why does he have a
nobody's
toaster
surprise,
for an
Mario
arm?
Tennis-
Yeah. Absolute cinema. Oh, from DeMarco. To be honest, I had more fun shipping you with random characters than I did watching the video. Oh, Demeech. Yeah, like I said, man, you're my favorite guy ever made. Okay, you're my favorite guy ever made.